The channel. Tony also knows boxing. Oh man, there's so many things going on right now behind the scenes. I know I put a video out like a couple of months ago, like a month ago actually, talking about Xander Zayas possibly moving to 160 after defending the belt in Puerto Rico against Abass Baraou. That was the rumor that was talked about between Boxeo Urbano and El Filósofo del Boxeo. They talked about that like a month ago, like a month and a half ago, and I think I alluded to it in one of my videos. You can look for it on one of my videos where I alluded to that Xander Zayas was planning, him and his team. There was rumors that him and his team. I'm not saying this is facts, so don't hold that against me. But I do put out the possible discussions behind the scenes or rumors, but I don't claim it as fact. I'm just saying, based on what Boxeo Urbano and El Filósofo del Boxeo alluded to and discussed in their in one of their programs of what they put out like a month and a half ago, they were talking about, like Cesar and Filósofo del Boxeo was talking about Xander Zayas possibly moving to 160 after making a defense in the 154-pound against Abass Baraou. So that is a rumor that has been discussed a month and a half ago, around there approximately. So we are thinking and contemplating that we could probably get a fight with Jerron Boots Ennis versus Xander Zayas. We was thinking that Xander Zayas or Abass Baraou, if he beats Xander Zayas in January of I think it's January 10th of 2026. They're saying that fight is going to be made, and WBC, actually WBA, Abass Baraou is the WBA champion, the full champion since Terence Crawford moved up in weight. So he became the full champion once Terence Crawford moved up in weight to fight Canelo Alvarez. So he's not going back to the 154-pound division. So the winner of that fight between Abass Baraou and Xander Zayas, well, you know, it's possible. I'm not saying that they're going to fight Jerron Boots Ennis, because Jerron Boots Ennis just knocked out Usima Lima in the first round to get the WBC, the WBA interim championship. So that means that eventually the WBA interim fights the full champion, which is Abass Baraou, but he's going to fight Xander Zayas in the unification. So that's possible that fight is not going to be made, based on the rumor that I heard from Boxeo Urbano and El Filósofo del Boxeo, that Xander Zayas is going to move up to 160 pounds possibly. This is not factual right now. I can't say 100% for sure that's going to happen, but that is the rumor. Based on Boxeo Urbano and Filósofo del Boxeo, they said that Xander Zayas was going to move up to 160-pound division after his first defense in Puerto Rico against Abass Baraou. That is the rumor, but we don't know for sure. So if that is the case, there's so many scenarios. We're thinking the WBA is Abass Baraou, so Jerron Boots Ennis just recently knocked out Usima Lima in the first round. So that is what usually happens when a fighter fights for the interim WBC, WBA, or any interim belt, which Jerron Boots Ennis did against Usima Lima. Then that leads to the full champion, the WBA full champion. So that is what's supposed to happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen. This is my assessment. I believe that Jerron Boots Ennis did what he was supposed to do. He looked good, and he did what he was supposed to do. Tristan Mijatov. Let me pronounce your name right. Tristan Mijatov. Hello. Thanks for tuning into my channel. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate everybody tuning into my channel. My channel is, and the rumor is that Xander Zayas is possibly going to move up to 160 after he makes his first defense in Puerto Rico against Abass Baraou. That was what was being discussed a month and a half ago in Boxeo Urbano and Filósofo del Boxeo channel. So, you know, we're not saying that this is actually going to happen, but there's a possibility if they talked about it, because they get their sources from the horse's mouth, and they get, but a lot of times things happen behind the scenes where it could happen. They're negotiating, but then it doesn't work out the way they planned, and they go another route. It all depends on what Xander Zayas' team, Bob Arum, what they decide. They could change their mind at a flip of a dime. Their minds always change, like the way you change your clothes. Promoters, boxers, different opportunities come up. Sometimes they feel like they could do something else. Maybe Xander Zayas will probably fight Backroom Hutazalea, because he is the least known champion in the 154 pounds, not taking anything away from him. He's 23-0 with 17 KOs, but at the same time, not a lot of people know about him. And we could say that a fight with Xander Zayas and him would take place after he beats Abass Baraou, if he wins against Abass Baraou. Because we don't know, but I think he's going to beat Abass Baraou, but that's going to be a very intriguing and dangerous fight. Asian Life in America 266 said hi. How you doing, my Asian brother? How you doing? Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you tuning into the channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Subscribe to the channel. Tony also knows boxing. So what do you guys think about Jaron Boots and his recent knockout of Usima Lima? Usima Lima, he's been beaten before by Aaron McKenna, who is 20-0 with 10 KOs. And Aaron McKenna has a notable victory against Liam Smith, who Canelo knocked out in the 9th round. Liam Smith is 33-5 with 1 draw and 20 KOs. I mean, that's a notable win. I guess, you could say that's a notable win. And, Usima Lima has never fought any, he's never, beaten anybody, any elite fighter. And the fighter that actually beat him is 20-0 with 10 KOs. His name is Aaron McKenna. So Aaron McKenna, we don't know who he is, but he beat Usima Lima. And Jaron Boots Ennis did what he was supposed to do. He looked impressive, and it was a good test for him to be in that weight class for the first time. But I feel that he hasn't fought the other guys, like the Xander Zayas, the Backroom Mutazalev, Virgil Ortiz, if you want to say that they're going to give him a run for his money. But they're just, good names. But if we look at the way he looked in that fight, the fight with Usima Lima, he looked very strong in that weight class. Jaron Boots Ennis, he looked stronger than ever. He looked more sharper than he's ever looked before. So I feel like that might be the right weight for him. And he was probably killing himself to make 147. So I feel like that's the perfect weight for him. It's a good demonstration of him, but he still has to fight the other fighters to really prove, like Jamel Charlo, to really prove that he's really a force to be reckoned with. But I think he is a force to be reckoned with. But I don't think that you could gauge his performance from Usima Lima and say that Usima Lima is a great notable victory. It's just something that he was supposed to do in that weight class. So we can't knock Jaron Boots Ennis for knocking him out. He did what he was supposed to do. But he's never been knocked out before. That's something that I could give Jaron Boots Ennis credit for, because he knocked out Usima Lima that has never been knocked out or knocked down. But he hasn't fought anybody. But he wasn't the best option, but that was the only available option for him based on what Jaron Boots Ennis has said. So I feel that he did what he was supposed to do, Jaron Boots Ennis. But what they're saying is that the winner of November 8th between Virgil Ortiz and Erislandy Lara, not Erislandy Lara, Virgil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin, that's gonna determine the fight between Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis. So he has to get through with with Erickson Lubin first. And Erickson Lubin is not no walk in the park, opponent. So anything can happen in that fight. But I think Virgil Ortiz is going to do what he's supposed to do, but you never know, because Virgil Ortiz has been knocked down by Serhiy Buchachuk. And the guy has power, of course, but he got 3 losses on his record now. And, he should have lost that fight. And I think they robbed the fight from Serhiy Buchachuk. So I feel that fight showed a lot of kinks in his game. It showed a lot of holes in his game. And I believe that Virgil Ortiz can be beat. He's not invincible. He's been down. He throws a lot of combinations. It's exciting, but I don't think that Virgil Ortiz is as great as they're saying he is. And I think Xander Zayas will be poison for him. That's what I think. All right. Thanks for subscribing to the channels. Thanks for tuning into my channels. I appreciate everybody tuning in. So this is what I have. The rumor is that Xander Zayas, after he defends his belt in Puerto Rico against Abass Baraou, he's planning to move to 160 pounds. That's what they said. And this is way before Jaron Boots Ennis knocked out Abass Lima, like what we saw recently, his last performance. So this is what was talked about before that. So it's not based on Jaron Boots Ennis looking impressive that made them go that route, but maybe they knew that he was going to be in the division. And I don't think that Xander Zayas is going to fight. Their team is going to pick Jaron Boots Ennis as their next opponent. I think that they're probably going to fight. If they don't move to the 160 pound division, they'll probably fight Bakram Mutazalev. But the people at 160 right now is Erislandi Lara and Janibek are unifying the belts. They're gonna fight. They're gonna unify the belts. So that's gonna be an interesting fight. But I feel that and Carlos Adames actually got injured, so we don't know when he's gonna be back. That's the recent news with Carlos Adames. But what do you guys think about Jaron Boots Ennis' performance? Keith One-Time Thurman wasn't impressed with the performance. He said he did what he was supposed to do, because that's what you get to do when you pick your fights. When you pick your mandatory. That's what he did. He picked his mandatory. That's what Jaron Boots Ennis did. But I'm not knocking Jaron Boots Ennis, man. I think he looked really strong and really dangerous in that weight class, and I believe that's his weight, and he's gonna do a lot of. He's gonna be a problem for a lot of people. That's all I gotta say. Aaron G5X4R. Do you remember me? Nah, you gotta refresh my memory, because I speak to a lot of people on the lives, but give me a little bit of details. Give me a little bit of details. I know I inspired somebody that wanted to be a boxer, and he asked me if he was too old, and I told him that you're never too old. As long as you put your mind to something, you can achieve it. Don't ever let nobody detract you from your goals. I don't know if you're that person. I don't think you are. I think you're probably somebody else. So let me know in the comments who you are, because I don't want to disregard you. If you're asking me a question like that, if I remember you, we probably had like a little dialogue live, and I want to make sure that I address you properly with respect. So yeah, subscribe to that channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. This is what I got right now. This is what I got. And this is the latest information that I have right now. Subscribe to the channel. Don't be afraid to subscribe to my channel. Only the brave, the intelligent, and the informed always go to my channel and look to subscribe, because they want great, unadulterated truth, information that is not going to hold them back, and information that's truthful that most boxing content creators are not doing. They're afraid to speak their mind and speak the truth. But Tony also knows boxing is not afraid of the truth. And you guys that are in my channel are like-minded people, and I appreciate everybody tuning in. Subscribe to that channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Thanks for subbing. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you. Everybody in here. Asian Life in America 266. Thanks for subscribing to my channel. I appreciate you. I'm going to give you great content and have great interviews with Joey Borrero. He's fighting October 17th, and I don't know what the opponent is, but he's going to put the fight up, and he's going to share the fight with me. He recently texted me today, and he's going to put the fight up. It's not going to be streamed, but it's going to be recorded today, October 17th in Colombia. So be on the lookout for that. Joey Borrero, he's Felix Tito Trinidad's cousin, and he's going to give me another interview after the fight. I appreciate everybody tuning into my channel, subscribing. Much love to everybody. I consider everybody over here family, and I got more in store for you guys. I'm going to interview a lot of great boxers, up-and-coming champions, and I said it over here first on Tony Also Knows Boxing that Abass Baraou is going to be champion in 2026. Joey Borrero, he's going to be champion 2027. Mark my words. Malik Quinones is going to be champion as well. He's the one that gave Juanita Lopez all he could handle and actually beat him, knocked him down. But the decision went to Juanita Lopez. But I think that was a competitive fight. But I saw Malik Quiñones winning that fight clearly. Nothing against Juanita Lopez. Is a very talented fighter as well. But I think that the victorious decision should have went to Malik Quiñones. That's what I saw in that fight. So subscribe to that channel. Tony also knows boxing. Don't be afraid to subscribe to the channel. Only the brave are the ones that subscribe to Tony also knows boxing. The cowards go to the fake content creators somewhere else where they feel safe. But on my channel, only the brave subscribe to my channel. You're not going to feel sheltered on my channel. You're going to feel like I want to be exposed to the truth. But a lot of people want to be sheltered and protected from the truth because they can't handle it. They're not built for that. But Tony also knows boxing is giving you the best quality, the most unadulterated truth that you can find. And I thank God for giving me the opportunities that I'm getting with all these boxers. Subscribe to the channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Don't be afraid to click that like button. Yes. And we have some news with Mauricio Suleiman. Mauricio Suleiman is going to send a letter to Oscar De La Hoya and Miguel Cotto and say that that Miguel Cotto and Oscar De La Hoya is interested in a unification with Jerusalem, between Jerusalem and Oscar Collazo. They're trying to make a fight happen, but first Mauricio Suleiman has to actually send a letter, and he sent it to Boxeo Urbano that he's going to send a letter to Golden Boy and Miguel Cotto to say that they're interested, that Miguel Cotto and Golden Boy are interested in a unification fight with Oscar Collazo and Jerusalem. Jerusalem is defending his belt October 29th. And that is after that they're going to have a convention about mandatory and unifications, and they're going to discuss those possible fights with Golden Boy and Miguel Cotto's fighter Oscar Collazo, between Oscar Collazo and Jerusalem. So be on the lookout for that. Mauricio Suleiman confessed it verbatim, in person, live, through the horse's mouth. So this is not coming from hearsay. This is coming from the actual horse's mouth. So yeah, subscribe to that channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel where you get the best unadulterated truth and best information, journalism at its best. Yes, yes. I have a channel too. All right, let me know about your channel. I'll subscribe to your channel. Let me know about your channel in the comments. Let me know. Subscribe to the channel. Asian Life in America 266, #1. I have a channel too, he said. Yeah, man, congratulations on your channel, man. How many subscribers you have? All right. Subscribe to the channel. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Do not be afraid to click that like button. Do not be afraid to subscribe. Only the soldiers, the brave warriors, the intelligent, the ones that want to be informed, that don't want to be held back, subscribe to Tony also knows boxing and click that like button. You know why? Because you're not afraid to be liberated with some great content that's going to give you value. Tony also knows boxing. You're tuning into my channel. I figured I'd do this video like a little closer, but not too close, because my wife starts saying, oh, you're too close to the camera. So, you know, like she knows what she's talking about. My wife knows what she's talking about. But at the same time, I felt like the last video I did, I was too far. So I feel like now I want to give you better quality, more HD looking videos, so that way you guys could enjoy the content, you know, and appreciate the quality. Asian Life in America 266. Oh, you got 66 subscribers. Congratulations, my brother. Keep doing your thing. Don't give up on what you're doing. Don't let nobody stop you. Just keep doing it. What's your content about? What's your boxing content? Is it boxing content? Or what's your content channel talking about? You let me know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel. Tony also knows boxing. I haven't seen my regulars yet, but I've seen new people tuning into the channel, and I appreciate that. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. No holds barred truth, and that's what I have right now. Xander Zayas. I believe that Xander Zayas is gonna fight, most likely, if he doesn't move to the 160 pound like the way they've been rumoring since a month and a half ago. I think he'll fight probably Backroom Mutazalev. He's the least known, and I don't think they're gonna go straight into Jaron Boots Ennis, because Jaron Boots Ennis, I feel like he's solid. He's really strong, and I don't think that Xander Zayas is gonna get annihilated by Jaron Boots Ennis, but he'll get beat by Jaron Boots Ennis. Right now, if they fight, I think Jaron Boots Ennis will beat him, but I could be wrong, because the fighter that he beat, Usima Lima, was limited, and he was coming straight at him. You know, Xander Zayas has a lot of pedigree, a lot of boxing skills, and he has more to his arsenal than he's not a one-dimensional fighter. So, you know, I think give him a few more fights, and then maybe he'll be ready for Jaron Bruce Ennis. But right now, I don't think that's where his team is going to go. His team is going to go where I think probably the 160-pound division, like it has been rumored, like a month and a half ago, or probably fight Backroom Mutasaleh. What do you guys think is going to happen? What do you guys think is going to happen? AKA PWT2NO. Free Palestine. Yeah, free Puerto Rico too. Yeah, man. This is not a political channel right here. I just talk about it every once in a while. But you can check out my music. I talk about that in my songs, about what's going on with Puerto Rico. And you can subscribe to my music, Spotify. Follow me. My music is growing. Mi Patria Linda, great album. All songs have reached the 1,000 stream milestone. So that means the album is being engaged. A lot of people are engaging to it, and it's doing good. And you can check out my hip hop album. You can check out Unite the Tribes, The Monumental Truth, and you can check out. I got an album coming out with a famous artist, dance artist. It's gonna come out, God willing, next year. And I got all kind of styles: trap, R&B. I got soca. I got salsa. I got Afro beats. I got a little bit of everything in that album, and I'm gonna show my versatility. Yeah, subscribe to the Tony Also Knows Boxing. You're tuning into my channel. Do not be afraid to click the like button and subscribe. But that's all I have for now. That's all I have for now. There's one more thing I want to say. Sebastian Fundora. He's 23-1 with 1 draw and 15 KOs. The guy that beat him was Brian Mendoza. And Brian Mendoza lost to Serhii Bohuchuk. He lost to Jesus Ramos, who I think really beat Erickson Lubin, who's going to fight Virgil Ortiz. I think they robbed Jesus Ramos. So yeah, the guy that beat Sebastian Fundora lost to Brian Mendoza, who lost to Serhii Bohuchuk, Jesus Ramos, and he also lost to Larry Gomez. So like, he's beatable. But you know, like, he has come a long way. He won back-to-back fights with Tim Tszyu, and you know, he got hurt. Now he's not gonna fight Keith One-Time Thurman, which is really frustrating, because like, if Keith One-Time Thurman doesn't get hurt, then his rival gets hurt, Sebastian Fundora. That's crazy. That's how it is in boxing, you know. Subscribe to the channel. Tony Also Knows Boxing. You're tuning into my channel. That's all I got for now. Peace. I'll give you more later. Subscribe to the channel. Don't be afraid to subscribe to Tony Also Knows Boxing.